it's just for the leaders to work in harmony. I've always said that, for there to be development in any society, the people who are vested with the responsibility to attract such development must work in harmony. They must be able to harmonize their programs, ideals, and vision towards ensuring that it trickles down to the people. Now, with respect to ANIOCHA North local government area that is blessed with an array, of political leaders, those are, of course, those who have excelled in their different, fields of endeavor. I think what is important here is for them to have a meeting point with a view to harmonizing their programs, their ideas, their vision, so that it trickles down to the people, and by so doing we're able to bridge the gap between the people and, of course, the government in the local government area. But I think that a lot is being done in that regards for the leaders to really come together at every point in time. The people should be able to enjoy the commensurate benefit of having this array of leaders in the local government area. So we really want to call upon these leaders to always sit down at every point in time to articulate issues that borders on welfare of the people of the local government area, and of course those who have found themselves in a position of authority from the local government area should be able to at every point in time channel our pathways in which government can be brought closer to the people of the local government area. The overall objective is to ensure that there is development in the local government area, that the basic infrastructures are provided for the people, such as roads, water, electricity. These are the three key infrastructure and all that. And of course, you now talk about empowerment programs, human capital development capable of taking the people out of poverty in the local government area and all that. So that's it. I think we have everything that we need in order to ensure that truly the local government area remains the #1 local government area in the state, not necessarily by alphabetical arrangements, but a #1 local government area in the state when it comes to development, when it comes to taking the people out of poverty, etc. That's the key point. But I think the leaders are highly committed, and of course they are talking about we expect more in terms of unity, we expect more in terms of harmony, we expect more in terms of being able to sit down from time to time to articulate issues that borders on welfare of the people, and also ensuring that government is brought closer to the people of the local government area. Yes, I've always said that for there to be responsive governance, first there must be responsive followership, because it is, in an ideal society, it is good followership that begets good governance. So I think it's important that we tend towards that in our society. Well, never mind that in the past, yes, some politicians or political leaders tend to weaponize poverty by so doing, undermine the stakes or the rights of the people, to be corporately involved in the process of governance or in the process that could determine, who governs them. Are you getting? Not until the people are able to independently assess those who are aspiring for political positions and also objectively choose these persons to represent them without any form of influence, etc. We will continue to get it wrong at the leadership level, and that is where followership comes in. So but what we are seeing now is a build-up of awareness on the part of followers. We are seeing a marked difference. The awareness level amongst the people is higher now. People are beginning to know much about the political system, and such awareness is important on the part of the the people, so as to be able to help them to take this decision, not just decision, but to objectively look at all the candidates, who are aspiring for position, and of course take a decision without any form of influence, either by way of financial inducements, etc. So if you remove some of these factors to a large extent, I believe we'll have the best leaders. And of course, if the leader, for instance, is derailing, it's expected that the people should come together to call the leader to order. Because you see, if an individual is elected into a leadership position, it shows that that person is holding the trust of the people. So it is, that person is also accountable to the people. And not until the followers prove to the leader that you are accountable to us, he will not know that he's accountable to them. And so leaders should be held, accountable to the people. And of course, the followers should at every point in time equally, monitor the performance, of those that they have elected, to represent them at whatever level, to know whether it is in conformity with their electionary promises, etc. So if it's not in conformity with their electionary promises, they should be able to call them to order. It's important, we should, tend towards that. The revolution that transformed, France as a nation, that has made it to be one of the greatest nations in the face of the earth today. It's a revolution that started in the prison, where the price of bread was increased a little bit and all that. And of course, people came together to say no, that they must say no to this injustice, etc. And today, that revolution has given birth to one of the best economies in the world as at today. So that is followership. That is followership. So, but again, democracy is one ingredient, is one very important element that helps to really shaping the society. If democracy is practiced in the right context, the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, entails that yes, it is power belongs to the people really, and whoever is there is holding that power in trust of the people. That is the whole idea. And so the people should be able to take a decision as to who governs them without any form of influence. But unfortunately, in this part of the world, you realize that because of the high level of poverty, these politicians tend to weaponize poverty by inducing people financially. But I don't think this is going to happen forever, because we are seeing traces of changes on the part of the people, and I believe there is better future for the country. I've always said it, that look, Nigeria is going to be a great nation. Nigeria is going to be one of the greatest nations in Africa, and of course in the world, because we are seeing traces of such changes. We are still very young. We don't expect to arrive or attain our destination in a day. No, success is not a destination, it is a journey. We have just begun our journey. Just in 1999 was when democracy returned to Nigeria, and we are moving though at a slow pace, but I know that we'll get there because of the factors that we are seeing play out, of certain circumstances, etc., that we are seeing play out. Our democracy is being strengthened on a daily basis. So I know that if we continue on the right path, and give or take in the next few dispensations, with a few successive administration that is going to come on board in Nigeria, and of course in our state, I think they will now be thinking of building on the foundation laid by predecessors, etc., and of course take us to a state of El Dorado. The performance of His Excellency Senator Dr. Michael Nwoko as governor of Delta State is very, very instructive. That's why I keep on saying that whoever is going to succeed him as governor is going to be in trouble, because he has set a standard, a high standard for that matter. So whoever is going to come on board must do something extraordinary.